Hi there and welcome. If it's your first time joining me, my name is Sharon and others know me as Itu. This week I would like to share with you a natural remedy that will help you get your period back. This video will be great for someone that struggles with delayed or irregular periods, or what doctors would call amenorrhea. So let's go ahead and get started. Firstly, please note that I am not a qualified medical doctor or professional health practitioner. So before following any of my advice in this video or any other video on this channel, please make sure that you consult with your professional medical doctor or health practitioner. Also remember that just because something is natural or herbal, it doesn't mean that it is safe for you to use or that it will be good for you. So I encourage you to read up on the side effects of all of these things that I will mention in this video. Firstly, let's get into the importance of getting a regular period or a periods on a monthly basis. And I remember just like as a young girl, I would get so excited when I didn't get my period, because that meant a pain-free month and a period-free month, so less hassles for me. It was only until like recently that I discovered the health risks of missing your period, and I want to share some of that with you. So some of the health risks involved with missing your periods or amenorrhea is that it will cause dry and brittle hair and nails, which will eventually cause hair loss. It will cause issues with your digestive system and your immune system. So if you struggle with things like IBS, those types of illnesses, it might also be linked. It can also cause skin issues. If you're watching this and you also struggle with skin issues, I encourage you to watch my playlist and other videos on skincare. There's one especially that I think will be helpful for you, and it's about the 3 T's that I use to get good skin. Like, there's a whole range of videos that you can watch that are based on natural practices and remedies, so go ahead and check that out. Then it can also cause an earlier onset of things like heart disease and dementia. It also causes low bone density, and there are so many other health risks associated with this condition or this missing of our periods. So I encourage you to go and read up on it, research it for yourself. Something that might be helpful to do is to search for things like amenorrhea side effects, symptoms, or amenorrhea effects. That might be helpful, or just plainly the effects of missing your period. But from my own experience, that didn't help much. My apologies if you can hear her. My niece is downstairs having the time of her life, and I don't have the heart to tell her to keep it down. So I apologize if you can hear her. But we first need to understand the reason as to why we're missing our periods or our period is delayed. And some of the most common reasons for amenorrhea, delayed or irregular periods, is due to our lifestyle issues such as stress, over-exercising, which a lot of female athletes will experience from time to time, as well as our diets or not eating enough carbs or other things that we need in our bodies. Then we have things like hormonal imbalances, PCOS or Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome. For those of you interested, there is a video on that condition if you're interested in learning more about it. And if you have it, this video will be useful for you as well, because there's so much that doctors don't tell us. And that was my own experience, so please check that video out. And then there are also other underlying disorders that might be causing your issue. And of course, it might be due to pregnancy. So if you are sexually active, I encourage you to take a pregnancy test before trying any of these remedies. Also double check with your doctor, because some of these remedies that I'm about to share are not safe to use if you are pregnant. So make sure that you are not being blessed with a bundle of joy before you try any of these remedies. Okay, so the one remedy that I use that always works for me, I'm going to leave that one for the very last bit of the video, so keep watching until the end. I first want to go into 3 other powerful remedies that I've come across, some that I have used and some that I've just heard of but I think will be useful for you. So the very first one is ginger tea. I've heard that it does wonders for you if you struggle with amenorrhea, irregular periods or delayed periods. I've heard that within just like a day or two your periods will come back. The next remedy would be fenugreek seed tea. Fenugreek is my go-to herb for everything, whether it be skincare, hair, anything on my body, like especially my female reproductive system. Fenugreek is the go-to for me, so I know this tea will definitely help. What you want to do with this tea, and I'm just going to touch briefly on it because I'm sure that there will be another video in future featuring fenugreek seeds or tea or powder or whatever it may be. So for the purpose of this video, I will just touch briefly on it. What you want to do when you use these fenugreek seeds is that you pour some of them into like a bottle or a glass or whatever you use, a mug, and then just pour hot water over them, cover them and leave them for at least 8 hours. What I like to do is to leave them overnight. In the morning, stir them up, drink them on an empty stomach, and that will be enough. You don't have to consume the seeds if you want to, but if you do, go ahead and do that as well. Also, if you've never consumed fenugreek seeds or the tea or the powder, please make sure that you start your dosage off low and then work your way up to a suitable level that will be enough for you. One thing to note about fenugreek is that it will lower your blood sugar levels, and for me, as someone that struggles with that from time to time, I know that I have to keep an eye on my dosage and keep it as low as possible, depending on how my health is during that particular time. So be careful of that, and also don't forget to go and research some of the side effects and read up on fenugreek before you start using it. The next is something that I absolutely love talking about, and it's hyssop. Hyssop is a scriptural or biblical or spiritual herb. If you go into the Bible, in the Old Testament, you'll read up on some of the uses of hyssop where people would use it for ceremonial cleansing. And I absolutely love this herb. I actually just started using it recently. I finally found it in a store in its natural form. So things to note about hyssop: it is a nervine, which means that it is great for helping to deal with anxiety and just calming you down. So it will be helpful for you if the reason that you're experiencing delayed or irregular periods is due to stress. However, please be careful if you've had seizures in the past, or you have epilepsy or conditions dealing with the brain. Please stay away from it completely because it is not good for you. It is also not good for kids, so be careful of it. It is very potent, very strong. So also, again, I cannot stress this enough. Please read up on the side effects and just do some research on it before you decide to use it for yourself. So with all of these remedies that I'm sharing, you want to drink them as tea. So with hyssop as well, you want to drink it as a tea. Last but not least is a tea that I use, and that is Rooibos, pomegranate and cranberry tea, in that combination exactly. This type of Rooibos tea combination is ideal because of the added cranberry and pomegranate, which is absolutely great for feminine health. Rooibos tea is caffeine free and it is packed with antioxidants. It increases your estrogen levels. It is ideal for dealing with things such as diabetes, PCOS or Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome. So if you struggle from any one of those conditions, I encourage you to look into Rooibos tea and research it for yourself. It is absolutely amazing. This tea or natural remedy would work great for you if the cause of your irregular or delayed period is because of a hormonal imbalance or due to PCOS. So that's it for me. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead, like, share, subscribe, and come back next week for another one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.